I must say, I am very surprised about this. Hey guys, Ian Redox back again, and today we are going to be discussing the TCG 2013 September ban list. So, as you guys may know, everybody was quite surprised when they saw this list. So far, what I've seen on Dueling Network, it's been getting really bad reviews or comments. So, yeah, this is still shocking to me because I don't think I've seen so much difference between the OCG and TCG lists for a while. And everybody was kind of hoping Trishula was going to come back. But obviously, we didn't get Trishula. The OCG did. But for us, it's still forbidden. So let's talk about what's banned. First off, for the regular effect monsters, the 4 chibi or baby dragons. So these 4 are banned. Obviously they were probably the good for the E-Drags, the engine for them, and I am glad to see that they're banned. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on that because everybody probably knows why the banned and such. But what I did see was Elemental Heroes Stratos. Do you guys think this is a fair ban? Because I don't. They decided to finally give us back our 3 emergency calls, but they decided to ban Stratos, which kind of killed off consistency, and because you would always recruit for Stratos and over again, and hopefully they didn't have bottomless or something like that. But with Stratos banned, heroes are going to be a bit harder to play now. So moving on to the XZ, Shockmaster from 3 to 0. I don't know if this was necessary. I don't know why they would do that. Shockmaster wasn't even that overpowered compared to some of the other choices that aren't even on this list right now. So, yeah, I just don't know why they would do that. Shockmaster isn't... I mean, I understand somewhat why they would ban it, because it just basically shuts out your opponent for like 1 turn Beast or 1 turn Barkion or Landois. So yeah, I suppose I can somewhat see why, but I really don't think Shockmaster should have been banned. A lot of people use Shockmaster in their decks. It became one of the more staple XZ monsters. So I would hope to see this back in the next format. Oh yes, before I continue, as you can see, it says effective from September 1st to December 31st. That means that this isn't going to be like a 6-month list like usual, so interesting to see what Konami is doing right now. Moving on to the newly forbidden spells, we have card destruction. Good, we don't need to have another plus 15 per turn for drags. Not that they will probably be too good now because the babies are gone, but I know they can still be a very good deck. People will find a way around it, trust me. Then Gateway up to 6. This card, it was broken. Should have been limited, or sorry, it should have been forbidden. I don't know. Gateway was kind of what motivated people to continue playing 6 Sams. They haven't topped the past format due to the E-Drags and Prophecy decks all over the place. So I don't know if they decide why they would do this, but I used to play 6 Sams. I think I will still play them. If you actually know how to play 6 Sams, you'll know that it's still viable without Gateway. But you know, Gateway was a huge card in that deck. So yeah, Heavy Storm. This needed to go. I mean, with the amount of back row people are going to play now, it's going to be terrifying. I can see Burn being a possibility because of this getting banned. I can see a lot of things being a possibility because of this getting banned. And this was one of the cards that people didn't really like banned, but I suppose it's time to go. And then Monster Reborn. Everybody was freaking about this. Everybody. When they saw this, they were like, is this even the real list? Reborn has been around for a long time. I understand that it was banned at one point in time, a long time ago, a couple of years ago. But I would not expect Reborn to be banned. This honestly was probably the card that took me by surprise the most. Reborn was kind of like that one card that was from the original series. I just kind of went through everything. I understand why people think it's broken, but still, I still think Reborn should have stayed. Um, this is one of the cards that leads many people to think that this list is really bad, but yeah, I hope Reborn's gonna come back. Pot of Avarice. This is an okay hit. I don't know the reasoning behind that. I don't want to go over too much. Avarice, I use in a lot of my decks, but you know, I think it's still going to be somewhat okay without Avarice, so we'll see. And then the two big plus cards for Spellbooks is Spellbook of Judgment, and then for E-Drags is Super Rejuvenation. Both are now banned from 3 to 0. So Spellbook of Judgment, you know, plus 9, plus 10 off of every turn. It's not fair, so yeah, glad to see that that's over with. Because this needs to go as soon as people saw this card even released before Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, so that's gone. Super Reju, again, same thing as Judgment, except this is for the E-Drags. Not that it will be even as effective now that the babies are gone, but you know, I guess they're just gonna ban it just in case the bigger drags would make use of it, make it broken again, which I'm sure they will if it wasn't banned. Okay, so moving on to the traps that are now banned. Solemn Judgment. I don't know about this. This is an iffy ban. Because I know that Judgment, it can be broken at some times, but then paying half your life points as the cost is kind of makes it not as broken as it may seem. Judgment was that one card that you could probably open with and stop your opponent's plays from the get-go, so I use Judgment in pretty much every deck I have, so this is a pretty big hit to everything. And an Ultimate Offering. I haven't used this card in the past while, but I know what this one deck I can't think of right now. They use Ultimate Offering a lot. Please leave a comment reminding me what it is. So yeah, so that's the newly banned cards for this format. Moving on to the newly limited. So we have Atlantean Dragoons. I play Mermills, and Dragoons was basically the backbone to our consistency. So with this gun or consistency, you can probably expect a slower paced Mermill deck. So yeah. And then Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Spirit. Not too familiar with this. I'm sure there's a reason why, but I guess I'll just skip over it for now. You guys can talk in the comments below. And then Deep Sea Diva. This was an I want to say okay ban as well for Mermills, because everybody knows about the Diva Megalo OTK. So again, Diva being limited will hurt Mermills a bit more. And then GNX Ally Birdman. So the Heretic Engine's gone. A lot of the Gishki Heretics are gone, and then the Harpy, the Divine Wind OTK, the Harpy Burn FTK, that's gone because they used 3 of these to FTK with the Bombardment Bird. I forgot the name for it. So yeah, I've missed Birdman already. I used him in a lot of my fun decks, so it's kind of sad to see him go. Rescue Rabbits 1, about time. Among what I saw on this list, I think Rabbit was pretty much the only thing that harmed evilswarm, so you can probably expect evilswarm to be one of the top decks for these next few months for this format. Thunder King Ryo, you know, I'm not sure why they would limit it just to 1, but oh well. It was already at semi-limited last format from 3, so making it to 1, it's kind of that one Thunder King. I'm not necessarily sure if everyone would want to side it. It's still really helpful, but yeah. So now we see one of the biggest changes or differences between the OCG and TCG. The OCG and TCG, in the OCG list, Magician and Shark were switched, so Magician was back up at 3 and Shark was down to 1, which I think would harm windups more than Shark at 3 and Magician at 1, because Shark is a really key card in their deck. Basically just spam with Shark still. Shark is what kept the deck alive since the last format when Mighty was banned, Sangan was banned, Magician was limited, so yeah. Eva Gishki, Mind Angus. I run Gishkis, but I don't really think I ever used this ritual card, so I'm not too concerned. What I was using was Gust Kraken Tetra Ogre just cause, so yeah. Dulorian. I guess they just feared for the Mermail decks, and then besides not giving us Trish back, I guess he just wanted to get Dulorian out of here. I never ran more than one Dulorian, so I'm fine with this. And then M7. This card is broken if you know how to use it well, because this could be this was huge in the Dragudity matchup. They used the M7 for the OTK, for one of their OTKs, where they would add what was it? I forgot. Was it Phalanx back to hand? I don't know, something like that. Or not Phalanx. I forgot, but yeah. So M7 was kind of a good hit for Constellars. It's an okay hit. So yeah. Dimensional Fissure. I want to group Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, and yeah, I want to group these two together because these two were basically the anti-meta cards, so they say. Limiting them from 3 to 1 kind of represents that this is kind of an open format Konami wants to try. There's no certain meta decks besides evilswarm, like I said before. Constellars and Fire Fist might still be huge, but overall I think it's a pretty open format. So I guess they just wanted to get rid of these cards to promote even more decks that were put away for a while. So yeah, Gold Sarcophagus is interesting. I guess this is just to prevent the bigger drags from doing much harm anymore. Royal Tribute, I think, was a pretty good hit because if your opponent is playing GKs, they open Royal Tribute, you're pretty much screwed. Bottomless Trap Hole, didn't think that they would limit it, but I guess I'm fine with this for now. I am running out of time on my recording, so I'm just going to breeze through this. EEV, getting hit, I guess, again with the Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure I was talking about. Compulsory Evacuation device, making it down to 1 is kind of, I don't know why. So, yeah. Soul Drain, this is basically Necro Valley, so I don't really care about that right now. Torrential Tribute going down to 1. Again, this is Bottomless. I'm kind of just open-minded about. I don't want to think negatively but nor positively about that, so. And then we move down here to semi-limited. Mizuki, Plague Spreader Zombie, Tour Guide from the Underworld. Or sorry, not Tour Guide. TG Striker. And then, yeah, those are the 3 monsters that went to semi-limited. All 3 of them was limited in the previous ban list. TG Striker, expect TG agents to come back. Mizuki, Plague Spreader Zombie, pretty self-explanatory. Zombies. So yeah, Fire Formation Tenki really wasn't one of the huge tech cards in many decks. The new popularity of the Bujin deck was going to use this, so I guess Tenki to 2 was okay. Dimensional Prison to 2 might as well. Konami really hit the traps this time, so I would expect Dimensional Prison to be hit. So I'm out of time, but if you look at the Unlimited, you can see that agents, definitely TG agents are coming back. Hero Lives and E-Emergency Call, because of the Stratos ban. Black Whirlwind, Black Wings, they're going to come back. So yeah, Power of Duality, Scapegoat, and Heretic Seal of Convocation. Heretics, Genix, Ally Birdman banned. So yeah, I'm out of time. See you guys next time. Bye.